Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of First Impressions here at MurrOtter. I'm Matt, and today we're checking out the game Stygian, Reign of the Old Ones, which is a role-playing sort of H.P. Lovecraft, I believe like tactical turn-based type game, which is going to be really cool. I've just started kind of diving into the world of Lovecraft. It kind of began with me a little bit when I checked out the game Bloodborne, you know, whatever that was, 3 or so years ago, 4 years ago now maybe actually, which is crazy to think about. And that was sort of my entry point. Then playing sort of like Elder Signs and things like that, kind of started diving into some of his works. So in case you couldn't tell by the extremely apparent Cthulhu in the background, that's where this story will be taking us. Now, as you know, my First Impression series is meant to be me opening the box, taking a look at the game for the very first time so that you don't have to spend your hard-earned money to do that until we know what we're going to get in that box. But this one comes from Cultic Games, published by 1C Entertainment, who also did Devil's Hunt most recently, which I did here on the channel as well if you want to check that out. But we are, of course, going to create a new character. I'm not going to take a pre-made character. We're going to see what we can do here. I'm not sure how your character comes to be or what that matters, how many people you manage in the game, but I would like to have some say in that. So we could be young, adult, or old. Let's see, starts the game with default values. This is a bonus point. Okay, so I think this is our difficulty essentially. I mean, I'm all for doing something easy, although I do think there's something to be said about, let's see, bonus point in physique, agility, senses, but penalized with 2 less skill points. Okay, no, it balances. We're going to do the basics. And then we have the archetypes. So we could be an academic, an aristocrat, a criminal, an explorer, an investigator, an occultist, a performer, or a soldier. Now, I'm always drawn to soldier. Background, captain. Goodness, we can dive in a little bit. Criminal is always a little bit fun. I mean, look at this guy with his Tommy gun. Character used to be a hired gun for an underworld boss. His last stop on a long night of collecting protection money was a nightclub known for its patrons' peculiar taste in entertainment. Firearm stealth and subterfuge skills can be improved on the maximum level. It requires a minimum score of 6 in agility. The archetype itself comes with gangster, which is the default, thief, hitman, and con artist. Soldier is a character that took part in a secret governmental assault on an isolated coastal town. The enemy was not entirely human. Ooh, so we fought these bad boys before. Firearms, melee, and survival skills. I'm doing it. A captain seems pretty cool. Not sure I think of bouncer as soldier typically, but no disrespect to bouncers, it's just as far as my categorization goes. All right, my belief system, we can be humanistic. Throughout history, mankind has survived countless threats. If we stop wringing our hands and start cooperating, we will live to see the human spirit prevail once more. I do like the sort of ambiance of the music and things like that going on. So let's see. Materialistic. If we're all doomed, let's make our final days worthwhile. Wealth, lust, power. Pursue whatever eases your pain. Then lastly, nihilistic. Well, I guess it's not lastly. Esoteric. I'm all for this. This seems just kind of like the collective belief system. All right, now my identity. I assume this is just my appearance. This guy looks too snooty for my taste. This man looking out his blinds. This guy has a very sort of like, almost like an Ari Gold look mixed with like, who's that actor? I can't remember his name right now. He's in like Sideways and stuff. I want to say it starts with a P. Paul Giamatti, that's his name. Took me a second to recall that, but he's got that look. This guy's got the Joker smile. We got a penguin. These are all a little crazy looking. This guy looks like he belongs on like a safari or something. I can't do that. We're going with Ari Gold meets Paul Giamatti, and we're naming him. I can't go funky butt loving, but what should we name him? I think I'm gonna name him. This is a really important moment in this game, okay? So just bear with me, okay? It's gonna take a second for me to make a critical decision like this one. Oh shit. This one though looks like John Hammond. That's what we're doing. Welcome to Jurassic Park. That was his name, right? Whatever. That's what I'm going with. Do you hear, by the way, the original actors are coming back to Jurassic Park? Okay, so I have attributes to give, and I don't really know what they mean yet. I like being balanced in these games. I'm not sure what presence determines your character's attractiveness, charisma. That all seems important. Physique does seem most important to my skill base, and then agility always seems nice, so I think I'm gonna go with those. Athletics? Dude, there's so many categories. Athletics is a skill that combine allows you to move, dodge gracefully. Firearms, I mean, it's all important. Firearms seems cool. I'm gonna go with the things that seem important to like my build though. I don't have much stealth, but I'm gonna take it. Survival. These were all the things I think that were mentioned as my character's bonuses from the class I chose. John Hammond, the soldier from Jurassic Park. What I was trying to say is that the originals are coming back to the show. So we got Ian Malcolm. You've got, what's his name? I mean, his real name is Sam Neill. And Laura Dern, of course. All coming back. Ian Malcolm being Jeff Goldblum, for those of you keeping score at home. All coming back to the Jurassic World series. Very excited for that. So. All right. I mean, I think that's it. Stygian tales the doom that came to Arkham, venturing into Attic. Isidore can teach you the powers of different artifacts, but you'll need some personal cult knowledge to learn the maledictions they possess. Press any key to continue. And we get our story. A year has passed since your encounter with the peculiar fellow known as the Dismal Man. When you last met, he instructed you, find me beyond Arkham, after the Black Day. At the time, these words didn't mean much to you. But soon after, you would come to understand. On what is now known as the Black Day, under the shadow of the Awakened, the world you knew vanished, and with it your hopes, future, and loved ones. For reasons unknown, the city of Arkham was separated from the carcass of Earth and exiled to the other place, or another place, Alien Stars, Twilight Realms, other dimensions. Unlike many others, you survived, body and mind mostly intact. Ever since, you have existed from a day to day in the gray gloom of the old eel house, waiting for that enigmatic man to call, a man whose very existence you are now beginning to question. Until you wake in another layer of the nightmare. Until the visit at the old attic. So I'm not sure if you know much about sort of like Lovecraft stories, but a big part of it is madness, sort of people being unsure what's happening. That's sort of the blight that comes with the presence of these monsters in this world. That guy's shifting face, is that normal? Is that on purpose? Is that supposed to be horrific? The art of this game actually reminds me of a game, what was it called? It was sort of a hand-drawn game about like nightmares and stuff, written by a guy who had, you know, dealt with like sort of depression and okay, so we walk with the old dragon point situation. I'm gonna check everything. Locked. Lamp seems good right now. I thought maybe we would hold it. Sir, can you use this lamp, please? Can I put it in your hand? Hey! We also have a survival recipe for a Molotov cocktail, an empty kerosene canister, and I guess a full kerosene canister. Anything else to interact with in the room? Seems like no, so let's go ahead and follow creepy shifty face man. Now, I'm not sure how the interactions differ, if there's like something between battles and leading to battles, or if it's all kind of seamless and you're just sort of in and out of those interactions. Come back here, old Rorschach. Nothing in here. The cook is dead, only serving cans. Okay. There is a heavy ambiance to the game so far, which I really, really enjoy. Okay, so we're following his footsteps. Wait, before I do that, anything else I can interact with out here? Nope, we are in a truly abandoned, creepy northeastern town. I believe a lot of this, like the fictional town of Arkham, is Massachusetts, for those of you curious. Or is it New York, upstate New York? Either way, it's definitely in the northeast. I do think Massachusetts, though. So there's that sort of vibe to it. Typically kind of like It could be cooler, seaboardy type places. These ghosts are dancing. The music is very cool. It looks like you will eventually have other characters in your party. Another piece of media that sort of led me to this interest in Lovecraft stuff that I wanted to mention is there's a really great book called Lovecraft Country, which is actually being adapted by J.J. Abrams and by... I thought I had to click to get that border, but I can do whatever I want to follow this guy. By J.J. Abrams and Jordan Peele, who made, like, of course, Get Out and Us, some really great pieces of horror that we have out these days. So I'm pretty excited to see his take on that book, Lovecraft Country, which is sort of meant to be like a 1950s America. A lot of Lovecraft is horribly racist, by the way. That is just a known fact. It's one of those things where, you know, in order to appreciate what he was as a writer, it is important to understand that background. He was like a horrible xenophobe and homophobe and things like that. You do see underlying tones of that in his works, but he was a great writer. So I lost 15 sanity because I witnessed a horror. I don't know if I was supposed to run away. The decayed fragments of furniture betray the craftsmanship of talented carpenters. How heartbreaking to see their fine work reduced to a pile of scrap. I can now open that container. So I guess I'll take all this stuff. Seems like that was a dream that sent me into some kind of fever dream. Alright, so let's peek at the inventory. Equipping a gun seems smart. What is this here? Camping supplies? Not sure where I can put that. I can put a shirt on. Wonder if it raises my stats. Hunting vest. Yep, it certainly has stats, so we're going to wear that. I wonder if it affects my appearance out in the game as well. Do I have something? Room for a melee weapon? No, this is considered just a regular weapon? Yeah, we're not going to carry a knife. No hat yet. Can I wear the dog tags, though? No. Okay. A laudanum shot. A needle that relieves mental and physical pain. So it looks like I can equip some of these things down low. Again, not sure what the camping supplies does for me. Or where I can assign it. Appears nowhere. So we'll just keep that on hand. Oh shit, I hit a button. That makes me turn invisible. That's my stealth button. I keep trying to move with WASD, but I gotta remember I'm just clicking around to move here. So it seems like now we might be in a little bit more of a regular world, yeah. He's too busy playing. If you'll excuse me, we're in the middle of a conversation here. Dart boy. What about the bartender? They always like to talk. You see Marino, the manager and bartender of the Old Eel. He has been your host for almost a year now, charging in exchange the last of your precious resources. He has a tendency to suck you dry whenever he gets the opportunity. Well, honestly, fuck you, Marino. Good morning, Cornudo. If you can call this never-ending fucking twilight morning. What was all that hurly-burly upstairs? Bad dreams? I'm not going to say this crazy sentence right here. I'm going to say you could say that. Well, I'm not surprised. I recommend hitting the bottle before going to sleep. Makes things easier. Since you're awake, let's talk about the cigs you owe me. You were too drunk to pay yesterday and told me to remind you later, remember? I'm going to tell him I didn't drink, but I'm sure you did. Don't you trust your giving host, Cornudo? Where would you be now if I hadn't accommodated you? Let's see. Okay, I'm pissing him off, but I don't really care. Anyway, since you're a regular, and I'll probably take all your cigs anyway, consider this one on the house. Oh, really? Thank you for your generosity. You really are going to help break my... I better go. So I'm just going to walk away. I was able to keep my cigs. No idea what that does for me. This guy looks willing to chat. I'm going to stand directly in front of the dart thrower. Look at his crazy eyes. You see an eccentric, middle-aged man completely focused on the darts game. He alone is playing. Exaltation all but radiates from this odd fellow. The jazz music right now is so fucking dope. Let's hit F1. Oops. My F1 is different. I need to hold down my function button. No, shit. I'm never going to be able to learn the controls. Care for a game of cricket? You don't get a chance to play against the world champion every day. He passes several of his darts to you. Alright. I'm going to test my skills. Athletics, I think, was something I didn't put anything into, so we'll see. Looks like I missed the board entirely. Oh, there's no darts being projected here. Did I beat him? Looks as if he's stripped from all purpose. I got 5 experience. Glancing at his expressionless eyes, you feel like you're gazing right into the abyss. He starts to talk slowly. Cheater. He called me a cheater again. Oh, I told him I'm the new world champion. Eat shit. With the repetition, his speech starts to sound less and less rational until it turns into frenzied out. Cheater! Alright, well, I beat the shit out of you. And then I got the achievement World Dart Champion. Please don't throw a dart at me. Oh! I just took a dart to the chest. There's a freaking dart in your neck. I lost 5 health. Alright, so I have a shit ton of 6. 240? How many did I have a second ago? Also, I think it mentioned I could learn the controls, but here we go. Character, inventory, grimoire, map, journal, stealth. Now, it mentioned my journal being updated before. The footsteps of a dismal man. Find the dismal man. Okay, so you can also see your journal is, I guess, essentially your quest. Inspect the entrance to the Miskatonic University. 2 lamps in the darkness. Seems he wants me to follow him. Okay, so I've done that. Can I leave? Sure can. I read that the sign is closed, as in like the outside is closed, and accepted that it was rational that I shouldn't leave it. Awesome. Okay. I do miss the jazz music from the eel house. So the world is still a little like grown over and shit outside, but you see a typical Arkham resident, tired and decrepit looking. He looks at you uneasily. Here's a cig. He's confused by your gesture, but he grabs it nonetheless. Thank you, sir. You are kind, not like those bullies. The old eel was a shady place before back in the day. We've been hearing that the owner Marino has some connections with the mafia in the West. The bar took the disguise of a restaurant when the Prohibition came. As you can guess, there is no need for that anymore. You can rent a bed, or let's say a dirty mattress in the attic if you don't have a place to go, and get some moonshine from the bar below. What is it now? How do you survive in Arkham? Between the mob and the cult, you mean? I don't know, because so far, someone else got crushed instead of me. Anyway, I doubt my luck will last much longer. Since the Black Day, I've thought every day would be my last. What do you know about the Black Day? Nothing more than you, I guess. We had all seen things, right? People had the same nightmares, the mysterious disappearances, whole families massacred. We saw it coming, but pretended everything was fine. So I guess so far the whole town is sort of like dipping into the madness. The Black Day started with that apocalyptic roar piercing deep into our minds, the sky melting, colors fading. I can't remember anything else, and tears come to his eyes. I ask him to continue, though. When we came to our senses, Arkham lay beneath the alien sky, banished from our home forever. We are alone, all alone in this purgatory, left to the mercy of tyrants and deviants. Cool. Mob is the law, mob is the law, say those 2 men outside. So, I wonder, is there a map? I'm gonna hit the M button. Sure is. So I guess I'm here. Main Street, the university is up to the left. What else am I asked to do, though? Find the dismal man. No indication as to what that would be. There's a lot of eyes representing, I think, the madness or insight at Miskatonic University. Follow him, he knows. Well, I figure right now then the one thing we have on the map that we are aware of is the university, so I'm going to go that direction. Not to mention, that's where we started going in the... oh, it tells me I can't go further this direction. So I'm wrong. So I guess we'll see what's this way. Do you like to talk? A typical resident. I'm not going to do that right now. I want to get into the lore of this game, though, big time, but I also just want to make sure we get a little bit more of a sampling of what we can expect. The drugstore. What's in Richter's drugstore? Imagine it's a merchant of some kind. Holy shit, there's a lot of people with bats. Better behave, or you'll have a taste of the bing. Lex Luthor's running the counter. Middle-aged, educated-looking man with a hint of danger and a smile. This must be the owner of the pharmacy, Richter. A new one, surprising. And just when I thought I'd finally run out of possibilities. I mean, business. You know, our numbers aren't growing these days. Now tell old Richter what makes you tick. I rarely disappoint. What kind of medicine do you sell? Ah, the kinds that people really need. Tell me, what is absent in your world? Euphoria, relief, self-confidence? If I don't have the remedy already, I can make it in my little laboratory. I wonder if those will use to, like, upgrade my stats. I'll be buying a lot from you. In my business, I rarely need to offer a discount. If you're buying happiness, you don't need to barter on its price. You just indulge it, right? As you see, I have the upper hand here. That's it. Thanks, man. Oh, I'm gonna tell him it's well guarded. And your mouth is pretty big for a person interested in my merchandise. Let's just say I'm a valuable asset to the mob. Let me see your stock. Of course, everyone in this town wants to peruse my stock. Why would you be an exception? Okay, so he sells all kinds of shit. So I'm wondering if cigarettes are like a currency in this game. Hydrochloric acid used in the construction industry. What? We have nerve tonic, medicinal herbs, and he just like heals. I figure until we know what we need and why, I'm not going to buy anything, and we're going to continue our quest for the Dismal Man. I don't know if he's old shifty face. Maybe you know how to progress my story? A skinny woman wearing heavy makeup. Her provocative outfit emphasizes that she earns her living in Arkham. Ah, a prostitute. She moves like a person drugged or drunk. Oh, hi, darling. Interested in a good time? Whoa, what happens if I say yes? 30 cigs for a nice long one in the back alley. All the special tricks included, but no finishing inside. And if you want another round, you have to pay again. All right. I'm going to get an STD right here in this sample game. My sweat and dirt coalesced in one of the deserted alleys. For a short while, I found comfort, and I noticed my stamina went up. That's a double entendre. See you again. Now you know it's worth it. All right, thanks for your services. How did you become a, you know, what you gonna say? A whore, you mean? Why the shyness now? We were moaning on a filthy street corner moments ago. I know what you call me. Don't care. You think it was someone else before? You think I was someone else before the Black Day? Not at all. So the Black Day must be when everything descended into madness. And notice, if you keep an eye out right here, you see sort of like monster tentacles coming up out of the ocean. Nothing changed in that regard, and I've lived to see all those respectable ladies fall into the clutches of the mob and all the other man-shaped beasts. I consider myself lucky now. I was born in their clutches, and I don't have much to lose. But those women, I feel sorry for them. I could have kissed her goodbye. All right, I could leave here. I wonder, did I miss that on the other side of the map? Perhaps I should double check that there wasn't like a forward progress option. Oh, okay, we have some kind of cutscene. Are you looking at me? Who, me? No, sir, I didn't. Oh, shit. Jesus. All right, I see the kind of people we have in this town. I'm gonna go check out his body. Another unlucky soul fallen to the tyranny of the mob. The charred, decrepit palace, once hosted many events and receptions as a gentleman's club of Arkham, has been rechristened the Blackened Club by the surviving locals and serves as Wax Face's criminal fortress. So I assume he's ahead of the mob. I'm just gonna go back one frame to see if I actually was able to scroll left and just had missed the opportunity to click through on the footprints, which I think might be what's necessary to actually advance your map. Yeah, I did. So we're still going to the university. I just missed this by trying to just scroll over, which you can't just do. All right. What is this place? Okay, let's see here. We have more jazz. What's this guy up to? This guy reminds me of Poe from the show, I don't know if any of you guys watch Altered Carbon, but he's like this host of a hotel. Sort of has like a very old school vibe. A spruce man in his 30s is standing at the reception desk of a dilapidated hotel. From his well-groomed mustache to his sharp suit, he signifies self-esteem that's hard to come by these days. Bonjour, monsieur. Under the more normal circumstances, I'd be delighted to welcome you to the Essex Hotel, one of New England's preeminent establishments, leaving aside the fact there is no New England anymore. But I regrettably see you are not one of the ladies and gentlemen approved by Monsieur Wax. I may only accommodate citizens who appear on the guest list. How can I get on the list? I'm afraid I can't answer this question, as I do not know. They send a new list every once in a while, and I arrange accommodations, but common traits of the guests seem to be excessive drinking, vandalizing hotel property, and every other type of combination of misconduct, including the occasional murder of other guests, committing ritual sacrifice, and so on. He straightens his tie before continuing. Perhaps you wish to participate in such endeavors? But regrettably, I see you aren't one of them. Okay, I'm leaving. Interesting. Actually, so approved guests aren't respectful of the establishment. We have seen better days. The hotel, me, we've seen better days. Now, what within my humble powers can I help you with? Straightens his bow tie. I'm Etienne Lafayette, the concierge of the Hotel Essex. I have proudly performed this duty for more than 15 years. And you hear a hint of heartbreak in his voice. I really like the dialogue in this game. It's really interesting. I know it was like a tactical fighting game, and we haven't done any of that yet. I'm hoping we can get to some of that before we end this first impressions video. But to be perfectly honest with you, I'm really happy about how much of this we get, because what's really cool about Lovecraft stories is how deep of a world and lore he's built, and I'm really excited about how well Cultic Games has sort of built that out in this so far, and the way you interact with characters, the dialogues you can have, the intrigue of the world, and how sort of the monsters of the Lovecraft story are affecting the human characters that live within it. All right, I'm gonna say goodbye then, and I'm gonna try to go outside. I consumed a ration, apparently. I didn't make that choice, but I guess I was hungry. Is there a hunger meter we have to be worried about? I fully expected to have to worry about sanity. I assume this is hunger and health, though. Good to know. Let's try to continue toward the college. Ooh, an item. I want to go get this key. And then I'm hoping there's a way forward somewhere. It's happening again. The lurker below. Oh shit, is a monster coming? Crack open the ground, it will. That was a close one. So I guess monsters are capable of just coming out of the ground at any point. Great. We got key numbered 0. Let's see what's in our inventory. 10 story progression. 2 lamps in the darkness at the gates of the key numbered 0. Unlock the mystery of the key numbered 0. Okay, so we're sort of like pushing along. So we're at the gate now. So let's see. It says, I found a peculiar key at the entrance to the ruined university marked with the number 0. Perhaps I could find someone to tell me what it unlocks. And let's just look. Here's the story of the footsteps of the Dismal Man, so we have an understanding of what we're trying to push forward there. A year ago, I met a mysterious gentleman. I can recall little about him but his name, the Dismal Man. He knew about the Black Day and also the fact that I'd be in Arkham. He told me to find him. Who is he? And does he have answers? Cool. I don't know if we've spoken to anyone so far who feels like they'd have answers. I do like, though, if somebody's not actually useful, you get the dialogue that pops up on them instantly. But if somebody has full-on interactions possible, you can do this. As I approach, I'm irritated by the rancid, alcoholic stench of sweat, the swollen syringe marks on his arm. Oh, shit. This guy's not going to be super helpful. I'm going to leave him... If I bring him a shot of morphine, if I insist on bantering with him. I wonder what happens if I get it for him, though. Perhaps that's something worth doing. I wonder if you can mark that on the maps. Like, see, like, these guys won't talk with me, so that's fine. Now I'm going to go back in here and see if Etienne will, or knows anything about the key. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But he's the only character who's been friendly to me, I feel like, that we've encountered so far in the game. Other than the prostitute, but it doesn't count. Is this a monster coming out of the box? Okay, no new dialogues from the key here. If I try to sneak upstairs, you gonna yell at me? No, he lets me. I'm gonna explore as much of Essex as I can. Dang it. Oh, they let me come in this room. This dude is super dead. A junk key. Did I take it? I guess I did. A few cigs, as always, and a shiv. A few stories up, one can survey Arkham. Alright, can we leave now? There we go. Huh. Where to take our key? I guess we're going downstairs so I don't get shot and then hit in the face with a bat. Although in that order, I guess it wouldn't be so bad. Hit in the face with a bat, then shot. That is not the order of operations I would prefer. But I would like to know who the fuck wants my key. I'm going to hit M for map. Any indication about what we could hear from who? I do wish there was a little more direction. Perhaps I could find someone to tell me what it unlocks. But who? The Dismal Man. Who is he? Okay. Well. I mean, is there going to be someone in the bank? More XP because we've unlocked an area. Okay, so my 0 key doesn't do anything here. Sorry for the silence. I'm just trying to like work out what's possible here. It's really cool. So I want to say this. It's not great for the purposes of a video like this where it's supposed to be first impressions and we want to know everything from like the turn-based and tactical combat and things like that. However, what I do really like about this is the idea of this world is things are sort of like shattered and abandoned and mysterious and confusing. And this game is capturing that ambiance really well. And so I want to highlight right now that while we are not like, oh, action, we're instantly in the middle of it. It's like XCOM fighting and we're mixing, you know, all that kind of stuff. Instead, it's like, you're confused. You're in this world and you don't understand what's happening. Whose intentions are good, whose are bad. It captures that. And we're eventually going to get there. And I'm going to try to get us to that point. But I just would like to say the world building is what's most important to me in this game and the ambiance. And they've totally crushed that. So this man is waiting at the destroyed cash counters. How can he assist me? A busy day. Looks like you, the boom has finally come to Arkham. Nice to see your little town thriving, don't you think? I'm just gonna say yep. Of course you agree, sir. We share the same dream in this country, after all. As a proud citizen, his voice cuts off and he freezes. He doesn't even blink. He looks like a statue. Some men are endowed by their creator with certain alienable rights. Let me help you with your transaction, sir. May I see your credentials, please? I showed him my military tag. Let me see. It says you're an instrument of unwarranted oblivion. Here are your documents, sir. I hope they will aid you in the game of misery, piss, and shit. Whoa. So I've been ambushed. Okay, we're gonna get our fight. Okay, so we're gonna get our battle. So a group of raving lunatics suddenly jumps from behind booths. You're ambushed. So we're gonna learn how the combat works. That man has no pants. I think his dick's hanging out. I got grazed by whatever that woman's throwing at me. A rear attack. Sexy. So she moves. The Waltz of Madness. All right, do I get to do things? All right, so it's my turn. So this is our movement grid. Looks like I have 4 action points. I'm assuming moving is one and shooting is one. Typically what I like to do, I'm gonna assume 1, 2. I'm gonna go to here, I think. Shoot him. For 4. A miss? Okay, a new turn. I didn't move either. I thought I had asked him to move, but I unsuccessfully did that. The good news is the damage... Well, I was just about to say the damage seemed to be okay. Like my health wasn't too bad. God damn it. So that is sanity. It's not health. Your blue is sanity. So the meters are what I thought they were. All right, I got to get better at fighting. It's something that I've established here. Look at this dude's fucking face here. He's all furry. We need to finish him off. We need fewer enemies to fight. As you know, my tactic in these games is typically... I wonder if this is like how you can escape. All right. What is his health? Can I see it? All right, that's one down. That's one action point. 3 of 6 on bullets. I could reload, but I don't need to. I'm just gonna shoot you point blank. It was a graze, and I'm out of action points. This is gonna be a tough fight. I do wish you could speed it up a little. Just taking rocks to the face. No biggie. Okay. And now this Leatherface looking guy is throwing more rocks at me. Did Pants Man mean to set me up for this ambush? Alright, I know that I want to finish this fucking guy. I need to stop grazing him though. And I missed. Shit. Alright, well, we'll see how these turn out. My turn, please. Okay, so my turn. I was just trying to let that play itself out. I have to reload as one of my actions. Am I out? I don't have enough action points to shoot him. Is that what I'm learning? I'm gonna go to here. New turn. I'm getting fucking gangbanged here. Why do I keep missing, dude? And why are my action points decreasing so much? Because of my health, perhaps? The fights take a really long time. I don't know, maybe this ambush isn't supposed to be easy, but I'm definitely struggling. Shit, he can move a long way. High reaction. Why am I at the end of this new set of turns? Oh, because the Howl of Insanity is freezing me. We might die in our first bout of combat. I do wish my health was up along the bottom. I need to shoot her again, for sure. Or I need to take my medicine on my next turn also. Alright, so inventory. No, I can't even do that. I only have 4 action points. What, can I see my enemy's health? No? Why is it always grazing? And a miss! Shit, man! I'm assuming I could be better at combat. A shot takes 4 action points, and I have 8. So if I go into my inventory, I'm not going to be able to shoot anyone, but it will let me heal myself, right? Didn't I have something in here? Whiskey. I could have swore I did. Clean drinkable water. Beans. Oh, it's right here. Can I take you? How do you use items? I mean, maybe I wasn't supposed to. I don't know why I have this waiting thing. I don't know how to use my inventory. Okay, and now I've lost my ability to do anything. Well, that was fucking helpful. The UI could use some help. There's no like helpful way to fully understand that. Fortunately, I understood it. Then I got yelled at, lost some sanity. That didn't even heal me. So, whatever. Despair. Loses the will to make any moves for this turn. Okay, thank God. Could I go first this turn, though? Come on. Why won't you die? It's outrageous. The escape route is now open. Can I get to it? Bailing might be the thing we want. Fortunately, everyone misses. This is the worst fight in the history of humanity, I think. They are wearing little Leatherface faces, aren't they? Jesus. 1 damage. Okay. I wonder what happens when my sanity reaches 0. Jesus, man. This is out of control. Uh-oh. I'm losing it. Of course, I'm gonna miss everything now. Are these the exits? How do I know what the exits are? Here? Are these the exits? Alright, I guess that's me gone. Fuck! I'm very confused about what the escape routes are. I'm assuming they're these 3 spots that are now on the ground. Because I tried to go to the purple, and that certainly wasn't it. I'm gonna die, though. Right here, probably. I dropped my weapon. Of course I did. And now I can't use it? Why? Because I have to use action points? So I have to take the time to re-equip it. Okay, well, I'm not gonna be able to use my gun again. So that's helpful. Well, as it starts to wrap up, I would like to say that, like, we have a feel now for the combat. It's not my favorite part of the game. Like, I'm much more interested in the opportunities of the exploration and stuff. But also, to be fair, I obviously don't understand it yet. So I would like to say, like, there's something to be said for the importance of that. You can't run from here. I still can't shoot, and I can't supply anything. I'm gonna try to punch this guy. Nope, can't do it. I mean, this is outrageous that I can't play this game right now. Did that person just kill his friend? I think I'm getting lucky right now. No, I'm not. I thought I was. The escape route is now open. Which ones are escape routes? Well, I think I just died. Okay, so it doesn't matter. You've perished. Your days in the Doomtown have come to an end. Your corpse will nourish Pikmin ghouls at a dark corner of Arkham. So I wonder when you restart combat, does that just let you like refresh? I didn't think you had to start the game over, right? I just want to get a feel for that before we call it off here. Okay, yeah, so it's not like you're done. So anyway, I like the game, and I think obviously I just need to learn the combat. And, you know, it was my first time. I don't really understand how many points it was to open the menu, how to equip the weapons, things like that. But I do like these tactical turn-based, you know, sort of like you can move X amounts of spots, use your ability points. It reminds me a lot of like the sort of the cool board games and things that have to do with sort of the same material that I really enjoy. Like I said, like, you know, Mansions of Madness and you know, the Arkham games and Elder Signs, things like that. So if you're into that, I highly recommend this. And also into tactical games, horror, it seems really cool ambiance as we head into November here. Like I said, this game came out today, September 26th. So if you're interested, please be sure to check that out. It's going to be $30 on Steam normally, so just keep that in mind. However, it is on sale right now for $25.49. So if you are interested, I recommend checking that up. That offer will end on October 3rd. But I really enjoyed this one. I think you might too if you're into these kinds of games. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like this, please hit the like button. It helps me out a lot. And if you want to see more reviews like these or Let's Plays, got all kinds of stuff on the channel multiple times a week. So we hope to see you there. Hit subscribe if you want to see those. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again next time.